Hi everybody, I'm Jodi Faith and welcome to Talking Hats. As you know, we try to sort of focus on wonderful people in our community who wear many, many hats. And today we're honored to have with us Ron Edwards. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Good to be here and good to hear a little bit today about the Medicine Hat Exhibition and Stampede. How long have you been wearing a hat that keeps you busy over there?
Well, I think I started when I was 16 years old, and as a kid, I started. We had jumping in those days in horse shows, and I was slugging jumps and putting jumps up, and I was involved in the horse show quite a bit. So that's where I started, and then I've been a volunteer there for a long, long time, shareholder, past president of the organization, and have chaired quite a few committees. In the organization, and ended up here being a general manager for a few years. We're just trying to get things going after COVID, and we're getting there, and it's probably time to maybe look for someone else, but right now we have a big job to do. So
I bet you do.
Yeah.
And the busiest time of your year, as we're trying to highlight what's coming up this year.
Oh boy, it has been a real busy spring and summer, because we start way last fall building for 24, right?
Yeah.
And soon as 24 is over, we're looking for 25. So and some of us are ahead of the game. But yeah, we have a lot going. We just finished Chuck Wagons, as you know, which was a really successful event for us.
Right.
Had a little rain, but the track held up, no accidents, so that was good.
Yeah.
Went into Canada today and got that one off with quite a bit of rain, but had a really good show. I was really pleased with our Canada Day and the turnout we had, and all the volunteers that put a lot of time and effort into that one.
Yes.
And our staff, and we're slugging it out right now for summer show, for our summer fair. Yeah.
Wow. So do you have a family that you wear a different hat? Like, do they even see you all season? Like, what ends up happening on the home front?
Well, my family, I have a son who's married and 2 grandchildren, and they're very, very busy. He's in the school division, and so is his wife. So they're very, very busy. And my wife, she has my suppers ready when I do get home. I'm pretty lucky for that. And
that's awesome.
I have a change of clothes at work, and so she gets a lot of laundry, but it's all pretty good. We work together.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good to have that support on the home front for sure. Yeah. So how many years are we celebrating of the Medicine Hat Exhibition and Stampede this year? Do you know?
Well, it's our tradition since 1887.
1887.
So you do the math.
There you go.
But we've just had a lot of years, and we have a great staff. I mean, you couldn't do it without volunteers.
Yes.
So we have a lot of great volunteers, got a good chairman. So we have about 30 different committees that are on the go.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, we have about 30 committees, have 18 full-time staff. And man, oh man, they're really working hard to make this thing happen.
Okay, well, let's take our audience through what's going to be coming up. I know there's tickets that are available already.
Tickets are online for all our shows.
Yeah.
So we have tickets online for our 3 rodeos.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
And then our night shows, Brett Michael is Wednesday night, Washboard Union is Thursday night, and the Baker's Band, James Baker Band is on Saturday night.
So the Medicine Hat Exhibition and Stampede is in Medicine Hat on July 24th through the 27th this year, right?
That's correct.
Now, do you do special events through those 4 days as far as who's coming through the gate?
We have a lot of different things happening. So Wednesday night we have Brett Michaels, right? That's a big night show for us, and we're really looking forward to him performing. He's well known with Poison when he was in the band Poison. There's other lots of different other accolades that he's done, and so we do look forward to having him. All Wednesday, our commercial venues are all open. The art show, Better Living, Country in the City, all the free entertainment.
Let's talk about the different exhibitions that are going on and the different shows. Like, are you guys still doing the old school, who made the best jelly and jams and those kinds of things. Where does that happen?
That's in Better Living.
Okay.
And they have all sorts of displays in there, right from the baking and the
I was an Anne
right
of Green Gables girl,
yeah.
right? So
Okay,
I don't know. I just remember, I don't know why that's the one that comes back to me, but that has been something that has no doubt been going on since 1887, because there was always somebody bringing in the prize-winning pig or the best pie, right?
That's right.
And so that's that tradition.
That is still there, and it's hard. The girls that work that and the volunteers put that all together, and they take their entries, and so you get your entries in there, and it's good. Yeah.
Okay, so there's Better Living, and then the other one is?
It's art show.
The art show, okay.
So again, same thing, a lot of local artists love to get their art in there, and they do judge it, and it's become a really big. So we have 3 rooms. All our rooms are taken, and our front foyer, the Cypress Center, is all taken with art. It's a really good show to see. It's all local, wonderful. So you see what the local people are doing. There's a lot of talent in this city.
Well, and I think sometimes, especially for our seniors, if they can get there, you're indoors in those buildings.
Air-conditioned.
It's air-conditioned.
Yeah.
You can get out of the heat, or God forbid the rain. Hopefully we're not going to have rain that week,
we don't
right?
have rain.
No rain. But you can get out of the heat, and you can actually plan to have a really great outing. And these bench shows that have been a tradition all over North America especially, it's amazing that it's still here. And I was shocked. I've only been in the hat again for a couple years, as our viewers might remember, and I was really amazed at how strong those shows are for you and how much participation you have.
Well, it's all local. That's what's so surprising.
I know.
And there's a lot of quality and some very, very talented people in this city. And I think it's a great place for them to display their hobbies.
Absolutely.
It really is. So
absolutely.
And the other thing we have down in that area is what we call Country in the City. Okay. And it's an educational place. Like the kids today think milk comes from Safeway.
Absolutely.
When it really comes from the cow.
Yeah.
And so we really do try to educate the younger generation on the displays that we have in there. And so it's a really good place to visit as well.
I love that. Maybe Dave and I can bring a bit of a remote setup out there and take some video of some of those exhibitors too, because that is a great example of what you guys are hoping to do, is to educate people and to bring together the country and the city to understand that we are all part of one big community.
Oh man, that's right. And if you lose that, you've lost a lot of heritage, but you've lost a lot of education.
Absolutely.
It's really, really important to actually see where it all starts.
Yeah.
And as you know, farming in this generation has just expanded to it's unbelievable what they plant and what they produce these days.
It truly is.
Yeah,
it really is. So help us understand, for those that are excited to maybe be coming out with their families, what are they going to see at your rodeos this year?
Well, we can start with Pioneer Village.
Yes.
Pioneer Village is a beautiful place to get out of the hot sun. It's a gorgeous, we call it an oasis in the desert. I mean, within our city, it is absolutely a gem.
Yeah. And
I mean, there's the street with all the historic buildings. We have a fire hall. We have a working blacksmith shop, which is really unique.
Isn't that fun?
The one-room schoolhouse, the church, the general store, which is amazing. They've done so much work in there. And then we have the garage, the old garage. And so our CMP post is in there as well. So it is really a nice place to go and visit. Lots of history, lots of education, and you're in, again, a nice, cool, shaded area.
Absolutely.
If you want to be over there. Then, the other thing is we can start with is free entertainment. So when you pay your gate admission, if you don't go to a rodeo night show, you can be there and be entertained for at least 10 to 12 hours and not see the same show twice.
It is
absolutely
unbelievable.
So you pay your gate admission, and the commercial exhibits again this year is full. Our free entertainment, we have great free entertainment. We have to bring the dogs back, of course, every year because everybody loves the dogs, the Spruce Bend Prairie dogs. The hypnotist is a huge draw for us as well, so we bring the same fellow back because he's really good, and it's a clean family show.
Right.
It's really good. And our big bands, we have a band out of Edmonton that's coming in. It's a show band on the free stage.
Oh, okay.
We have a couple on the other free stage, on our north stage, which is a duo, and they sing and they perform. And it's nice there because we have our food vendors are all around in that area.
Right.
So you can sit under the tent in the shade and be entertained as well while you're eating. So that's a big part of it. We have another roaming band, a Dixieland band that'll be roaming around everywhere on the ground, so it's pretty cool.
That's fun. Yeah. So it's actually pretty eclectic. We've got everything from a little bit of that hard rock, heavy metal kind of sound, all the way to Dixieland and a show band.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Nobody's going to be able to complain that their type of music wasn't represented this year, hey?
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
That's awesome.
You know, the Midway. Yes. Another huge draw.
Yes, of course.
The food, another huge draw.
Yeah.
You know, people love to come out to the fairgrounds for food, fair food, and
Absolutely.
so that's all out there for you. So it's that part of it's good, and then you can get into the events.
Yep. Let's
like
talk a little bit about your rodeo connections.
Rodeo connection. 3 days. I've been the rodeo chairman. So for 3 days, we have rodeo. We have Kessler Championship Rodeo Stock.
Okay.
And, he was the stock contractor of the year 2 years in a row, the last in 23 and 22.
Okay.
His bull, he has a bull, was one of the championship bull of 22 and 23. He got that award as well. So he has really good stock.
Yes.
And
that's important. I think for people that don't understand it, it's really important to have good stock because you've got these young cowboys that are trying to rank and get ahead so that they can be a winner somewhere down the road, right? So you've got to have good stock that when they are supposed to be out there and whether they're steer wrestling or whether they're bull riding, that animal's going to do what that is supposed to do.
Number one, they are competing. You're absolutely right. They're competing. The dollars get to the NFR and the CFR, Canadian Finals Rodeo, right?
Yeah.
The contestants you see are the same contestants that are running through Calgary. A lot of them.
Yeah.
They're all. We get the top-notch North American pro rodeo contestants.
Yeah.
And the stock as well. I mean, that stock was in Calgary, I think, on Friday, and it'll be there Tuesday. Some of it from Dwayne Kessler, and so. It is a world-class show, rodeo.
Yeah.
And they're what we call dual approved. So these cowboys can get points for the American side and the Canadian side.
Which is really key.
It is.
It really is. There's not a lot of rodeos that allow that to happen or have been respected for running a good show in such a way that they are dual approved.
That's correct. We're very fortunate to be dual approved. Both our spring and summer rodeo are. So we do get the best cowboys coming through.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to apply for your job, no, I'm joking.
Yeah. Get your application in.
It's an amazing thing how people like yourself have just given an entire lifetime, Ron, to supporting what's happening in Medicine Hat with the exhibition and Stampede. And I didn't actually really think about the fact that it takes those young guys at 16 years old to be out there helping and moving stuff like that. There's a huge moving machine, isn't there?
It is. We have a youth committee, and we have about 25 to 30 kids in that youth committee, and they're our future. So they help all over the rodeo. They help all over the grounds. And doing different little chores. We actually had one young fella. Got on our wagon committee. We have a wagon committee with the draft horses, and we have a beautiful collection of wagons. And and he started, I think, when he was 16. Now he's on the wagon committee driving teams, and that's he's growing up, and now he's driving those teams.
Love it.
So there's a great place for that, and we really try to nurture that.
Yeah.
So the youth committee is great. It's just there's lots of people there that are volunteers that do have the passion, the same as myself, and hopefully we will continue. The exhibition, if you really think about it, brings in $20 million in economic impact to the community.
Isn't that amazing?
A year. It is.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. With everything we do, we're a year-round activity, and summer show is just part of it.
Yes.
But if you think about it, as soon as this is done, I'm going into an event called Cars and Guitars.
Right.
The next event in August is Indian Relay Racing, which will be brand new for us.
Okay.
Which is really big. And then we have all sorts of things happening in the fall. So we are really busy.
Well, we'll have you back and we'll talk about some of those upcoming things, because that's the only way this works, ladies and gentlemen. If you get excited about what you've heard about and maybe plan to come on out and check it out and then help everybody get to know what's happening in Medicine Hat and area, and just tip your hat to each of these volunteers and hardworking staff members for bringing this thing to our city year after year. We thank you so much, Ron.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and we'll see you again, I'm sure. Okay. Have a wonderful summer and just enjoy every moment, knowing that we really do appreciate what you're up to.
Well, please come out and see it.
We sure will.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye, everybody.